This is from the game last night. This is not multiple games. This is not a season's worth of missed layups from Angel Reese. These are all of her missed layups from one game.
I see you miss layups just like they do and everything, but forget them. I mean, I miss layups too. So, I mean,
everybody miss layups, but they can't get mad if I get the rebound. Box me out.
Yeah.
It is kind of hard to believe that a semi-professional basketball player could be this bad at basketball.
Angel Reese's layup mishaps have become a viral sensation, and honestly, it's quite humiliating. In a league where she proclaims herself to be a top-tier talent, she just put on a masterclass in how not to score at the rim. And now, after bricking shot after shot, she still has the nerve to demand a higher paycheck? Seriously?
This is the same player that just came out and said, if they don't pay them the bag, we sitting out.
If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sitting out.
What? After seeing her miss routine layups over and over and over again, I'm like, how the hell can this person possibly be demanding more money from anyone?
If you haven't seen the clips yet, don't worry. We're breaking everything down. From her dreadful shooting display to the absurd notion that she deserves a raise. We're exposing the entitlement, the excuses, and the sheer lack of self-awareness from Angel Reese.
Is it any wonder why people aren't watching? Is it any wonder why Angel Reese is not a draw? Is it any wonder why Unrivaled can't break 200,000 viewers?
Here we go. Okay, here we go. Oh shit! No, up. Are you joking? I can't believe that's real, folks.
This isn't about dislike. It's about facts. And the reality is that Angel Reese isn't worth the amount she believes she deserves. Stay tuned, because this is going to be rough. If you ever needed proof that Angel Reese is all talk and lacks the skill to back it up, just look at this latest viral disaster on the court.
Look at this. 1, 2. I mean, are you kidding? 3. What? This is unbelievable that this is professional basketball.
The main reason men don't watch the WNBA, it's a bad product. It's always been a bad product. And last night, Angel Reese perfectly illustrates why we are not watching. Struggle to make routine layups.
Her performance had fans laughing rather than cheering. Reese practically put on a showcase of missed layups, something you'd expect from a junior varsity high school game, not a so-called WNBA star. Let's analyze this. Multiple clips have surfaced of Reese botching simple layups, one after another. We're talking about open looks, shots from right under the hoop, and somehow, she still managed to miss them all.
What you want about Angel Reese. You can't tell me she isn't the star of every show every time she's on the court. I can't even hate on this. She's Larry, Moe, and Curly all at once. Reese last night, once again, had one of the worst shooting games in the history of planet Earth.
This wasn't just a single bad play. It was a full highlight reel of mistakes. And this isn't a one-time thing. Reese has been struggling to finish at the rim all season long. She keeps missing simple shots while inflating her rebounding stats by grabbing her own missed attempts. At one point, a fan even joked that defenders didn't even need to try. Reese was doing the job for them, throwing the ball off target and hitting the bottom of the backboard all by herself.
Angel Reese deserves more money. Pay her, please. Put her in the NBA. I'd love to see that. I mean, really, come on. Give her NBA money. She's obviously worth it.
But what makes this even worse is that instead of taking responsibility for her performance and acknowledging she needs improvement, Angel Reese continues running her mouth, demanding more money, and acting like she's one of the top stars in the league.
Girl, y'all benefited from everything. Y'all youngins benefited from NIL.
What does that mean? We deserve more.
I guarantee you, the intelligent folks, and there are plenty in the WNBA, are saying, will you two idiots just shut up? Sit out.
And isn't she shooting like 35% from the field? Can somebody tell me who in the world watches a 35% shooter from the paint that is basically grabbing her own rebounds from her own missed shots?
Let's be real. She's padding her rebounding stats by collecting her own missed shots. And yet, she still believes she should be making NBA-level money. She constantly misses open looks, her shooting efficiency is terrible, and rather than working to improve, she's more focused on complaining about her salary.
Tell these idiots to shut up, stand down, because their threats are meaningless to the average viewer. Meaningless.
There's no accountability for black female feminists. They can say anything, and if you criticize it, you're racist. Period. End of story.
We've talked about Angel Reese and Dejanay Carrington. The lovely ladies were going through a list of reasons as to why America is refusing to watch the WNBA.
But does this really sound like someone who deserves a pay raise? This latest embarrassing moment is exactly why people don't take Reese seriously. While real superstars in the league are putting in the work, delivering results, and elevating the sport, Angel Reese is out here failing at the fundamentals and still demanding a bigger paycheck.
Before Caitlin Clark, there has never been a single mainstream star in the dump. When compared to the NBA, the WNBA will always be a bad product.
And here's the ironic part. Reese's team actually won that game. But was she the reason? Absolutely not. Chelsea Gray carried the squad, while Reese put up one of the most inefficient performances you could imagine from a post player. Let's look at the numbers. 5 made shots out of 13 attempts. 13 rebounds. 5 of those on the offensive glass. Just 10 points. Chelsea Gray was the one who stepped up last night, not Reese. When more people are talking about your missed layups than your actual impact on the game, that says everything you need to know. Angel Reese isn't just missing shots. She's missing the bigger picture. After delivering one of the worst shooting performances in recent memory, she still has the nerve to say, if they don't give us the bag, we're sitting out. Are you serious? Sure, she gets rebounds, but she's out here making financial demands while struggling to make a basic layup, and yet she genuinely believes she's entitled to NBA-level pay. Let's break down why this makes no sense. I will continue to use my voice to fight for what we deserve as a league. No, that's not what she's doing. She's saying, me. I deserve more. They're gonna get more than us. I should be making more. Enough already. The truth is, people are looking at this situation and thinking, you all sound ridiculous. And the more they talk, the more foolish they sound. Let's be real. The WNBA doesn't have the financial stability to offer massive salaries. Angel Reese isn't worth the kind of payday she's demanding. It's time to get realistic. The WNBA is not the NBA. It doesn't have billion-dollar TV deals. It doesn't generate anywhere near the same revenue. Every year, the NBA funnels between $40 to $50 million into the WNBA just to keep it afloat. That means WNBA players are already making more than the league can afford to pay them. And last season, there was even speculation that Angel Reese was deliberately missing layups just to grab the rebound and pad her stats. Some people genuinely believed she was doing this on purpose. Let's not forget, during her double-double streak, the Chicago Sky were barely clinging to a playoff spot and collapsed as a team. Here's another fact. WNBA players already take home a larger percentage of league revenue than NBA players do. So when Angel Reese demands even more money, she's not asking for fair pay, she's asking for money that doesn't even exist. And even if the WNBA could afford to increase salaries, why would Angel Reese be the face of that movement? Top athletes earn their contracts through performance. And right now, Reese is playing like someone who should be riding the bench, not leading salary negotiations. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if networks like TNT just decided to cut their losses and walk away. The league isn't financially viable, and the salaries some of these players expect are bigger than the audience the WNBA actually draws. And here's the thing. Angel Reese keeps pushing this false narrative that she's responsible for the WNBA's recent surge in popularity. But let's look at the facts. Caitlin Clark is the real reason WNBA viewership and ticket sales have increased. Dejanay Carrington? Nobody would even know her name if she hadn't gone after Caitlin Clark in a game. But these two? They've somehow convinced themselves that they're the biggest names in the league and should be getting paid accordingly. They've even gone so far as to threaten to sit out if their demands aren't met. But let's be honest, would anyone actually care? Games without Caitlin Clark still struggle to fill arenas. Angel Reese's own team doesn't generate the same level of viewership, fan interest, or ticket sales as Caitlin Clark's does. The reality is that Reese is benefiting from the WNBA's increased exposure. She's not the one driving it. She's not the reason for the league's success. And if she decided to sit out, nothing would change. WNBA owners aren't afraid of losing a player who can't even finish wide-open shots at the rim. If Reese actually followed through with her threat, the league would be just fine without her. In fact, it might actually be better off. The truth is, Angel Reese isn't a superstar. She's a social media personality who just happens to play basketball. If she truly wanted to contribute to the WNBA's growth, she'd focus on getting better, not stirring up controversy. But instead, she keeps making herself the center of attention for all the wrong reasons. Let's break this down. Angel Reese's game is getting worse, not better. She came into the WNBA with a lot of hype, largely because of her college rivalry with Caitlin Clark. But as the season has progressed, it's become painfully clear she's not developing into an elite player. If anything, she's regressing. Her shooting percentage is awful for a post player. She barely makes 35% of her shots, and most of those are from right under the basket. She's easily one of the least skilled players in the league. And she knows it. That's why she spends more time promoting herself online than actually working on her game. This is what happens when social media hype doesn't translate to actual performance. The fact is, Reese misses more layups than any other high-profile player in the league. Instead of improving, she inflates her stats by grabbing rebounds off her own missed attempts. She's foul-prone, constantly getting into unnecessary confrontations, instead of focusing on her game. And let's be honest, if she wasn't such a polarizing figure off the court, would anyone even be talking about her? Probably not, because when it comes to actual basketball ability, there's nothing special about her game. Reese is more focused on drama than actually playing basketball. You have to see this clip. She's running down the court with the ball, 3 or 4 steps ahead of everyone, with a clear path to the basket. She could easily score, but instead of making the shot, she decides to pass it backward to a teammate. What? That's not basketball IQ. That's just bad decision-making. Look at this. Lexi Hull is standing wide open. Does Reese pass her the ball? Nope. Not only does she refuse to pass it back, but she also goes on to miss yet another layup. When you look at real stars in the league, players like A'ja Wilson, Brianna Stewart, or even rookies like Caitlin Clark, you see professionals who let their performance speak for itself. They don't waste time whining about their salaries. They don't start unnecessary fights. They don't make empty threats. They just play the game. Angel Reese? She's the complete opposite. Instead of discussing ways to improve her shooting, she's talking about holding out for a bigger paycheck. Instead of proving herself as a dominant player, she's getting into petty arguments and trying to humiliate opponents as if that will boost her reputation. Instead of helping the WNBA grow, she's dragging it down with negativity and a lack of professionalism. And here's the reality. True athletes don't have to beg for recognition. They earn it. But Reese demands credit for things she hasn't actually achieved. She thinks she's the main attraction when, in reality, she's just a sideshow to the league's real superstars. I might not be seeing this correctly, but did one of her layups hit the bottom of the rim? Wow, this is embarrassing. Please, just sit out. The fans have turned against Angel Reese. At first, Reese had a lot of support from the public. People saw her as confident, outspoken, and unafraid to speak her mind. But over time, that confidence has shifted into arrogance, and fans are starting to notice. Just look at the reaction to her viral missed layup clips. Nobody is defending her. Instead, they're mocking her. I've seen better layups in a pickup game. She plays like a baby giraffe learning to walk. She should spend more time practicing layups instead of demanding more money. When fans start to turn against you, that's a huge red flag, especially in a league that's still trying to build its audience. And instead of working to win them back, Reese keeps doubling down on her bad behavior. Threatening a lockout is career suicide. Angel Reese's latest move, threatening to sit out if she doesn't get paid more, might be the worst decision she's made yet. Here's why. I can't believe this is an actual clip someone uploaded to make her look good. It makes her look terrible. I'm genuinely shocked. That was embarrassing. And then finally, she makes a layup. We're supposed to celebrate that? Seriously? She's taller than nearly everyone on the court, and she still can't make a simple shot? She needs to be in the gym, taking at least 200 layups every single day, 365 days a year. Is there anyone else in the WNBA or even the NBA who struggles this much with layups? Here's an example from last night's game. Third quarter, 16 seconds. Reese took 4 shots, missed the first 3, got the offensive rebound off her own misses, finally made the 4th attempt. But we're supposed to be impressed because she got a double-double. This looks just like the nonsense we saw from the Chicago Sky last season. Meanwhile, a white sports analyst critiques her performance, and suddenly people are calling him racist just for pointing out the obvious. Come on, Reese isn't irreplaceable. If she leaves, the WNBA will keep going without her. Honestly, her team might even be better off without her, as crazy as that sounds. WNBA owners won't cave to her demands. The league is already being subsidized by the NBA. There's no extra money to hand out just because Angel Reese believes she's entitled to it. She thinks she's forcing the league's hand. In reality, she's just making it easier for them to move on without her. Angel Reese is not built for a long career in the WNBA. At the rate she's going, Reese is setting herself up for irrelevance. If she doesn't improve her skills, if she doesn't change her attitude, she's going to end up just like so many other players before her, hyped up for a brief moment, only to fade away when the league moves on to actual stars. If she doesn't fix her shooting, she'll never be a serious offensive threat. If she doesn't focus on basketball instead of drama, she'll never earn real respect in the league. If she keeps demanding money she hasn't earned, she'll push herself further from ever getting it. The reality is, Reese had the opportunity to become a key figure in the WNBA's future. But instead of making the most of that chance, she's throwing it away with arrogance, poor performances, and a complete lack of self-awareness. Angel Reese believes she's a superstar. She thinks she's an icon. But if she keeps going down this path, she'll just be remembered as another player who talked too much and delivered too little. She can keep missing layups. She can keep demanding more money. She can keep making excuses. But at the end of the day, the WNBA will continue without her. In her mind, she's the best player in the league. She believes she's the reason people are watching. She thinks she deserves an 8-figure contract. But in reality, Angel Reese is completely out of touch. At the end of the day, she has no one to blame but herself. She can ask for a raise all she wants. But when the only thing she's going viral for is missing layups, she's not exactly making a strong case for herself. The truth is simple. She's not performing at an elite level. She's not the reason the WNBA is gaining popularity, and she's not worth the money she believes she deserves. Threatening to sit out? Go ahead. Nobody will miss her. In fact, if she actually takes time off, it will only prove just how little impact she has on the league. If Angel Reese really wants to be a star, she needs to stop complaining, stop embarrassing herself, and start delivering results on the court. Because right now, the only thing she's proving is that she belongs on the bench. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should Angel Reese really be getting a pay raise? Or is she just another overhyped player who needs to stop making excuses? Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you in the next one.